Welcome back, gang. It's Deltia from Deltiasgaming.com. Back with everyone's favorite 100,000 gold budget build. This time we got a Ganker Stamina Nightblade. Yes, I go ganking because y'all love this. I throw this build together with everything except potions for less than 80,000 gold. The traits are jacked up. Everything is not mid-max, but it still absolutely wrecks, and you can too. So you're going to want to pick this up if you want a Stamina Nightblade, high burst, ganker, and can one-shot things. Ready? Let's do it. The website I'm gonna pull up here is called Tamriel Trade Center. Okay, Deadlands Assassin's Greatsword, charge trait, which actually isn't too bad. So dead, go weapon, 2H. Oh, thank God it's here. Ha ha, you trolls didn't get it. Okay, 950. Yes! It pays to be a discount shopper. So let's take a look at our gear. So we're at 87,000 gold so far, and we have our first 5-piece, so we're not doing too bad. Now, I think the one that's going to be an absolute pain in the butt to get is the Stygians. Just see what pops up here. Oh my God, 200,000. But see, there's 1,200 here 11 minutes ago. There's arm crops, so we don't really necessarily need everything to match up specifically. Oh, there's 4 people standing around this one. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Bang! 3 out of 5 for nothing burger. We got 2 5-pieces. So we got Stygions. I say it the French way, pronounced Stygion. We got that on at all times, 5-piece, and then Deadlands Assassin on our front bar, building the Ganker. Oh, look at this. Trainee chest. And we got a trainee legs. Okay, so I spent a bit on the trainee. So now if we're looking at it, we have 1, 2. So I got the trainee. Here we go, weapon rates. Weapon, bowski, back bar, 15,000 charge trait. Not ideal, so we're going to run 2 charge traits. Okay, so now our gear is complete, essentially. So I go with the 2-hander and the bow on the back. The reason I use the 2-hander is the follow-up passive, allowing me to get a massive nuke off following a fully charged heavy attack. That's why we're using the 2-hander. So when I charge up a fully charged heavy attack, the next ability typically I cast is Incapacitating Strikes. This is our ultimate. So if you have 120 ultimate or more, it will stun the enemy, and you're going to use it sequentially right after doing a fully charged heavy attack to hit very, very hard. Then you're going to follow that up immediately with Executioner. This is the 2H skill and acts as an execute single target. Use at or around 25% health. If you unload on something and they're stunned, they will be right around 25% health. This could kill them. The next ability up is our surprise attack main spammable. This is really good, and you're going to be rewarded from attacking from the flank. Both from your passives in the assassination skill line, and this will stun them. This is not, I do not use mass hysteria because I have an on-demand stun if I hit from the flank. Next ability up is a good thing to slot because it gets us increased weapon damage, and that's Camouflage Hunter. It also is going to give us minor berserk when we crit from the flank. So we're already doing that, and we have a guaranteed crit on our back bar, allowing you to hit like a Mack truck. Rally is our weapon damage buff. It's also going to buff our resource sustain and allow us to recast it for a burst heal. Relentless Focus is up, and this is going to be up at all times if you can maintain it, and you're going to build up stacks, allowing you to fire off an Assassin's Scourge, absolutely melting something. The trick to use this as well is you can use the same heavy attack principle with this from Cloak if you don't have an end cap up. Hitting Cloak to proc a guaranteed crit, fully charge heavy attack, and then bang, launch off the 5-stack proc to nuke. Back bar, what I go with this 100,000 gold build. I go with the shadowy image, so this is shade, allowing you to teleport back. It's a very high skill cap. It'll be explained a little bit more, and you'll actually see how I use it in the gameplay footage. But you're going to put it somewhere before launching in and teleport back for safety, especially using verticality to survive. Next ability up, I used Elude in this specific video, and the reason why is it gives you Major Expedition for a decent amount of period. So you can get Major Expedition by dodge rolling on your bow, but you're not always going to be able to do that, especially if you're out of stamina. Another thing that you can go with if you have it, and that's Psijic Order Race Against Time. This is actually much better because it gives you important buffs to crit damage, and it's going to give you Major Expedition along with removing snares and immobilization. But I went with Shuffle for this video since not everyone's going to have. And then Shadowy Disguise. You're going to go Cloak, and you're going to have a guaranteed critical strike. So you're going to pop this, flip over to your front bar, hold down a heavy, boom, deleted. Next ability up is your flex spot. I like Poison Injection here so you can kind of range pepper someone, but consider this your flex spot. If you lack resource sustain, Leeching Strike is a good go-to here. Next up is Resolving Vigor. This is a simple heal over time. Doesn't do very much, and that's kind of where we struggle with the healing department. Soul Tether is up next, and this is kind of like our oh crap button that just go bang and pops and hits them, stuns them, and allows you to get some healing from the enemy. Again, if you have Psijic Order, another thing you might want to slot here is Temporal Guard for reduced damage reduction in really cool plays, but most people don't have that, so I'm going to go with this. And that's it. So the combo is really charging up a fully charged heavy attack, hitting the incapacitating strikes. If they're not really low, then you go surprise attack, but the combo should be heavy attack, incap, execute, deleted. So this is my gear chart and what I landed on. Deadlands Assassins. Why am I using this? It's dirt cheap. It's from Blackwood, but you don't even have to have the chapter because it's on traders extremely cheap. The plus about this is it's going to proc something off of a heavy attack, and we're already doing that already. Is it the best bursting heavy attack set out there? No, but it's a great place to start. The next piece up is Stygian. Stygian is really well because we're going to be constantly using Cloak, and it's going to proc increased weapon damage. And that, along with the vampire bonus for coming out of stealth, is going to give us a crazy amount of weapon damage for very little effort. And that's why some of these damn Nightblades that are vampire stage 3 can hit massive amounts of weapon damage. Not to mention if you were using Balorg's Monster Helm, it'd even be further. So I got a 5-piece and then a 5-piece on at the front at all times, and then back bar is Bow of Pontinence or a Potato. It's going to reduce damage taken from players. So when you're on your back bar, you're like, oh crap, I need to survive. This is your go-to. The traits are all jacked up. I'd recommend investing in your glyphs, specifically on your weapons and jewelry. That's going to give you great bang for your buck. And the body, just go with the purple if you can. Worry about getting the right traits like well-fitted, impenetrable, and fused divines later. So here is my fully buffed stats. So this is using a potion off cooldown, hitting a weapon damage enchant on my back bar, then launching into an attack. So if I come out of stealth, you can see my weapon damage is 6,500. That's for a brief time, but you don't even need Balorgs to get that much weapon damage. My penetration is extremely low because I'm not using a sharpened ball. That's what you're going to want at endgame, but it's a place to start. You can see my recovery is off the chains. 1,600 magic, 2,400 stamina recovery. This is less than 100,000 gold. And how did I get that? Well, it's really due to the consumable. So one of it is the food. That's Jewels of Misrule. Increased stamina and magic recovery, so it's by stat recovery and a little bit of health. This is the cheaper version of Smoke Bear Haunch and works extremely well, especially with Stage 3 Vampire. Another thing that goes well with it is my potions that I use. I just use the Crown Store Tri-Potions, and the reason why is it's going to give me a burst flood of resources, and you're going to want to also get the medicinal use passive, so you'll have extended resource recovery, and you can use it and keep up your resources pretty much 100% of the time. So I allow the other buffs like Camo Hunter and Rally to provide those big weapon damage, weapon crit. Champion points in the blue damage, I went with Fighting Finesse, Deadly Aim, Master at Arms, Ironclad. Now, typically I don't play a whole lot of champion points, but you can go with something else if you're going to do a full crit build. Fitness, I went with Balanced Vitality, Fortified, Slippery, and Pain's Refuge. So I went with the Warrior Mundus Stone and Stage 3 Vampire because of the Undeath passive, and especially the weapon damage coming out of stealth is very, very important. And this specific character is a Khajiit primarily for the increased critical damage since we have a guaranteed crit that's unique. And that's a build. Let's get to the gameplay and I'll walk you through from my stream kind of my thought process and how I go about doing this. Buckle up, it hits a banger. Let me take you out in the Cyrodiil. So 80,000 to make this build, including the food. We're at Stage 3. We got 2 more hours in Stage 3. The reason I'm using Stage 3 is what all the other sweats do. It's primarily for the Undeath passive. Okay, so there's a green team over here. Let's see if we can gank them. So I'm going to go ahead and buff up. Fully charge here, and then now. They're tanky. Like one down here. Of course, I immediately unload on the tank. Another one down. Let's pull back. Okay, and then I'm gonna dot them up, fully charge as I close the distance, and then bang. As soon as I land a fully charge, you see how I hit that? Remember that the 2H is really good for this because you get the 10% follow-up damage. So that's why you're holding down that fully charge. And so what I'm trying to do is get the 5 stacks by light attack weaving or heavy attack weaving. And once I get it, I'll show you the combo with it. But you're trying to light someone up with it like this. Fully charge, and then bang. They dodge it, which is the #1 defense against this build. So they're running, they're pulling back over here, fully charged, and it's from stealth. They got me with call traps, no problem. I'm gonna stun them from the flank. And then dodge. I animation canceled the dodge. They got their bubble up before we hop in. There, shade down, buff up. Here comes the Sword Healer. Got him. 20k execute. Jeez. Fully charge. Got him. I'm going to reapply my shade here. I got a potion off cooldown. I'm going to save it for when or if I get in trouble. Fully charge. This guy's low here. Bear's dead. Got him. Pull back. Bar swap. Fully charge in the back. Now we're starting to melt him. Okay, now we're coming back. Good. So before I charge in, I'm going to put my shade right here. And then fully charge as I close the distance. And then I hit a fully charge. And then bang, 11k. So that's why you get the two-hander, that follow-up passive. Follow-up passive is your friend. And it works on magic builds as well. So you go stealth, fully charge at a distance, and then close it. And try to hit him from the flank because your Nightblade passes. You're not always going to get that. Okay, got him. Hit that major berserk on him. There we go. Shoot it from the side. 14,000's Assassin's Will. This thing hits like a hammer. So I'm going to jump in, soul tether, and try to pick off the low HP target. And I'm going to put my shade down here. Potion off cooldown. If they chase, I'm going to go like this. Whoop. Okay, go back into shade. Got him. Park my shade here. Heal up. Let's put shuffle up. So I'm 1 attack away from a 5 stack. So I got a 5 stack. I go into stealth and then bang, hit him, kind of close the distance. And then I did too much damage with the AoE. So they're basically running like a counter gank with caltrops and all that. That caltrops will knock you out sometimes. Okay. So fully charge it up. Their ultimate should be low here pretty soon. They got one. Let's go back down. I'm going to put shade here if they chase me. They chase. Shade them. Okay, that's such a tank who's just going to try to CC me. There's that person again with the caltrops everywhere, fully charged. That's who we need to get rid of. Okay, stealth. Tough Templar. Got him down, though. Okay, there we go. We're good. Shade up before we charge. Stealth on the back bar. There's a squishy target, so we're going to close the distance. And then bang. Got it. Got it. We're going to pull back. So I gotta get my Relentless up. Let's put our shade up here. Okay, so now we got a person that's just gonna charge us relentlessly, right? And fully charge, close the distance, bang, got him. Shade below here, shuffle up, so we got our mobility up for a second. I'm gonna do a dodge, close the distance, and then we're gonna soul tether. Got him. And one other one's down, there we go. It's a low MMR match here. Come on, light attack. There we go, got him there. Thanks for the follow. Oh, we got a Disto ult, okay. So they're stealth around me. They didn't break free fast enough. There we go, got him down. Got 1 HP on him. Try to get behind, do the Nightblade passives. We're gonna put our shade back up here. So when you have your shade up, you want to go to the opposite side of your shade, and then you go back to it. So that's how you kind of escape on here. This is working a lot better. We have a little less sustain, but a lot more survivability since we have the shade. Okay, I'm going to keep cloaking. Somehow they saw me coming, apparently. Okay, so we're going to keep going. We're going to put our shade here, right? And then fully charge as I'm in stealth. And in cap. They're just bird healing. And back to the shade in a second. There we go. Drop down. This person has a bird healer. So I shaded him up there. I'm low. I'm about to die. I can't let them hit me. Because I got such slow healing. source of major expedition. So we're going to make a change after this because Shuffle's not doing it for me. And I have another skill in my kit that's unique to the Nightblades. And I'm just too slow and I'm not getting away. That's why I'm dying a lot of the time. It's too slow. So I need major expedition more reliably than just dodging on my back bar. So I got an idea. 2Tex, what's up, yo? Here we go, fully charged. Got him. That's their whole team. This is not a good idea. Yep, Potion, go. Shade up there, good. I don't think I have Rat available. But I have another idea. Remember, this is a budget build, so we don't want to make all of the content just for, you know, people have to get Sigic in order to pull it off. But yeah, Rat's really good. Well, gang, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. The Stamina Nightblade's a lot of fun, and a lot of these PvP builds that you see don't require Mythics or Monster Helms to be effective. Now, the higher you get up in MMR and ranking in the game, you're going to have Mythics and Monster Helms. But this is a good place to start if you like that stealthy ganker burst damage playstyle. So, leave me a comment. What would you like to see more? I'll keep doing more PvE and PvP builds as long as you're watching. Thanks for watching.